Sorry, my video cut out. So I wore this too soon in the cycle. So it needs to be later. The problem with that is that later on in the cycle, when I am now what I consider a light to moderate flow, I have nicer pads that do the job a bit better. So I now have a Ngozi pad here. I've got a couple of those. I've got 3 of these actually. And then I have my Ngozi Sews pad, which is also a moderate pad. And these are very comfortable. You just feel like, you know, they're not really there. So it makes no sense for me to have this extra flap and a bigger pad at a time when I really just do not need it. So what I think I will do is de-stash these off to my daughter. And I think they'll do for her what my 16-inch Homestead Emporium pad does for me. So what this big pad does, it will do the same for her, because she's going to be a very small girl by the time. I mean, I'm just collecting things for her for when she does start. But I'm thinking when you're younger, this is a pretty big pad. So I'll just de-stash this off to my daughter, really. Okay, I wanted to mention that I also had a Killer Queen Queen Cloth Sherpa pad with really good absorbency. Now this pad I wore once. I cleaned it. It was a bit of a nightmare to get the stains out, but they did come off, and didn't bleed through or anything. I just didn't find the Sherpa comfortable. I don't like the Sherpa, so I will be destashing that pad. Okay, so after this stage where I went from the moderates, I just basically used liners up until my flow was gone. And as you all know, I kind of need liners all month, so I carried on with liners until my period arrived. And the period seemed to be a slightly different experience. Oh, and I forgot to say, for the postpartum, I made myself a little spray with witch hazel in it, and I put witch hazel with some lavender oil, lavender essential oil, and rosemary. The witch hazel really helped with the healing, because I had stitches because I tore, and I noticed I just wasn't as sore as I normally am, and cloth really made my stitches so much more bearable. And I love the fact that you could use the cloth, you know, when you spray this on, it's fantastic. If you are going to buy the witch hazel and make your own spray, please make sure you buy witch hazel that does not have alcohol in it. Okay, so moving on to my real life period that happened afterwards. What I did notice again was that I have things that I don't need anymore. So, for example, with my first night, when Aunt Flo comes because she's angry as anything, I bled through this. I did, because I slept, and when I woke up, I bled through this, bled through my knickers, but thank God I hadn't bled through onto anything else, just my bottoms, and that was it. The bed was fine. So I bled through this. So this is not going to work for me for a first night. It could work perfectly well for a second or third night, but not the first night when I have a period. What was really funny was I honestly thought that I was not going to use this pad until the next time I had a baby, because I'm planning on having one more baby. So I thought I was going to use this the next time I had a baby. And I thought it was going to go in the cupboard and I'll see it in 3 years' time. And I'm going to need it for my first night. So that's quite funny. So, you know, it's good to wait it out and see what you still need. But given that I bled through this at night, and I have 2 of them, I'm going to de-stash one. So I only have the one. So then that can be a second or third night pad. And if this becomes a first night pad, I'd like another one, because I do have periods where sometimes the first 2 nights are just terribly heavy. So I'm going to need another heavy pad with that. So with Honor Your Flow, however, I wasn't impressed with the regular pads. They didn't really go very well. So I'm probably not going to go back and get another mega. I mean, I'm happy with this pad, but I'm not going to go back and get one of these. What I would like to do is to get Ngozi Sews one of these in an 18-inch pad, because this pad is the truth. It does not leak for anybody, and neither does this one actually, because I was quite impressed with this when I was in my postpartum bleed. But I can't comment on it on my first night in the period, because that's what I'm planning on doing next month, since I leaked through the other one. So now my next period, I'm going to wear this on the first night and see what comes of it. I believe I need an 18-inch one of these to be able to sleep through the night without having to get up. Okay, so those are the changes. What I have done as well, further changes with my period, is I bought more of those 13-inch pads that were just so comfortable, because I just kept washing and re-wearing and washing and re-wearing. So I just decided, you know what, I'm going to get some more of those. What I would like to add to my stash, or what I would like to, I forgot to say about these Ultimate 2 pads from Homestead Emporium. These pads were my favorite looking pads. I thought they were the most beautiful pads, but my God, they were so uncomfortable for myself. I'm just going to destash these. There must be somebody out there who has a very normal bleed that would find these so good for themselves at night. They're just not for me. I didn't find this comfortable at all, because again, they come in that awkward point in my cycle where I am now a moderate bleed, and what I consider moderate for my flow, and again, this is just too much for a moderate flow pad. My moderate flow pad needs to be these, really. So like I said, you know, when you're buying pads, these are the things that you don't realize, that, you know, it's where you are in your cycle and what you need at that time. So something like this, which may be perfect for somebody else, is not perfect for you, because where it's falling in your cycle, it's just too big at that time. I do not need anything this big when I just need that to get me going, or this, you know. So because it's a regular pad, for me this is a regular absorbency. I cannot wear this on a heavy day, it just, because it cannot contain me. This isn't going to work for me, so I'm going to de-stash these and see, hopefully somebody buys them. I've only worn them once really, and I don't even think I wore all 3 of them, because I managed to wear 1 or 2 and just realized that I just wasn't very comfortable. So I'll be de-stashing these. I never used this pad. This was my 16-inch Florence pad from Tcs-eco. I haven't pre-washed it, and I just never used it. I think I just thought I had enough, and it seemed a bit thin, and I thought I'll just try it later, but I never got around to it. So this is a new pad. I probably will be destashing that as well. Well, that's it. This is all I have to say. I hope it helps somebody.